Good day, folks. This is Woody from WD Homesteading here in South Central Pennsylvania on a little less than an acre. And we are going to show you today what works for us for our blueberry bushes. So let's get started. Our first area we call the cage. We have 3 blueberry bushes, blue crop northern high bushes. And about 4 weeks ago, a little over 4 weeks ago, they were all ready to be picked. The blueberries, there's still some hanging on, maybe about a half a cup in all 3 of these. This variety is called Blue Crop Northern High Bush. And we got these back in 2011. And what a journey it's been. And we first didn't have anything over them, and the birds just ate them to pieces. We might have got a half a cup to a cup of blueberries at a time. And then we tried netting, and then we had the wrong size netting, or it wasn't all enclosed, and the birds would just come and tear them up. So about 3 or 4 years ago, my wife came up with this design: 4x4s, 1x6s. We enclosed it. And instead of using the netting, we used this wire. And the birds can't get in. And they hate us for it. They'll come land on top of it and do their business, but they can't get in. So this year we had our best crop ever for the last 2-3 years, but this year's been the best, absolute best. Between 10 and 11 gallons of blueberries. And my wonderful wife Dee makes jam, and it is just excellent. And then she freezes the rest, and we give some away to friends and family too. They like full sun, some partial shade. There's acid soil, pine needles they like, wood chips, and oak leaves. So there's on top of the dirt, and I'll show it here. On top of the dirt, there's wood chips, and then all these oak leaves. Now there's some maple leaves and stuff in here. And they like the acidy soil, but also so do the weeds. The weeds will grow in anything. Okay, and the reason we have only 3, we used to have one right here. And we came up with the idea, let's use the cage maybe for some animals. And so I transplanted one and put it over in the orchard, and I'll show that in the next segment. And we decided we're getting such a good crop, let's not do that. And I'll show you what we did instead. So we're actually going to get another one put in its place, and we're going to keep this the blueberry cage. Okay, these are our blueberries in our miniature orchard, which is beside our garden, which you see in the background, the cage area we just talked about. So over here is the big one I told you we transplanted, excuse me. And I told you wrong, it's a Chippewa half high, which the other one in the left corner of the cage, they're Chippewas, and the 2 in the black are blue crops, northern high bushes. So like I said, these are the ones we got 11 years ago. Now the smaller ones here, we got 4 from Stark Brothers about 2 years ago. And they did have blueberries on them. And we're not a paid sponsor, but Stark Brothers is just great. If one of these would die within a year, they will replace it. No cost. They're just a great company to deal with. And like we talked about, the wood chips. This is second year of wood chips. I get the wood chips from a tree company. I used to work for a tree company, and I knew the guys, and they were in the area, and they would give me wood chips. Okay, now you see the netting? the pipes we used. And then you see these clips that hold down the netting. Now there's a story on this netting, this size netting. Right here, the birds can get through, and the company sent us the wrong size because bird netting is designed to keep the birds out. So they want to know why we were dissatisfied, and we told them, and they said they would give us another size smaller to keep the birds out. And the company is DQS Bird Netting, and they're not a paid sponsor either. But I just wanted to give them a shout out for treating us so good and understanding what we're going through here and what we're trying to accomplish and what works for us with blueberries. Okay, so I put the metal poles around the side of it to keep the little critters out, chipmunks too, and squirrels. And then they make little metal clips like tent pegs we put around the netting too. Also, something about the blueberries is Japanese beetles love the leaves and the blueberries. And about the third week in of picking, they like to start coming in, eating the leaves, nicking up the blueberries. So it's a pain in the neck. And just like I had my short, those Japanese beetle bags, they really work. They keep a good percentage of them out of the garden, or off the blueberries and out of the garden. But they still like to be a pain in the neck the last couple weeks. So there you go. There's our blueberries. Have a good rest of the day. Take care.